One of the weird things that we stop doing when we're adults is encouraging one another. And let me be clear, because people are going to say, well, no, I encourage people all the time. Yeah, give them round. No. Okay, so here's what we do. When we're kids, when we have kids or when we see kids, we encourage them for everything, right? We encourage them if they put on their pants correctly that day, or if they tied their shoe. Yes, it's things that we don't expect for their age group, so we're trying to constantly encourage them to do better and better and better and better. But why is that not the way that it lasts forever? So somehow when we become teenagers, then it's like we encourage them for not drinking and driving, for making good choices, and for graduating. And then you become an adult, and then the only thing you ever get encouraged and rah-rahed for are having a baby, getting married, and getting a promotion or a raise. I don't understand, and I've never understood the people that come into my office, and not just the people that come into my office, the people that I don't come into my office, people around the world wish for this, right? We are relational human beings. It doesn't make sense for us to assume that we are supposed to intrinsically just appreciate ourselves because we are fabulous, right? Like narcissists do that. That's great. But most of us need or have gotten validation from other people before we can make that choice. I cannot say I'm a good person until I've heard from parents or loved ones or caregivers or whatever throughout my lifetime that this is a validating fact, right? So we need this constantly. And even if you had that when you were younger, if you stop getting it when you're older, if everybody around you ignores who you are or what you do or sit there and invalidate you, eventually you're going to stop having that intrinsic love for yourself. You're going to figure it out. You're going to go, oh my gosh, well, maybe I'm a piece of crap, right? So why we don't consistently give encouragement and provide value to those that we love, family and friends, as adults, for even the little things. Like, it doesn't have to be that they got married or had a baby. It could be that they made the best burger in the whole wide world, or it could be that they made it through that day. Like, I know you don't want to have this, there are people that are going to get concerned that we're giving too much encouragement, but is that such a thing? Is there such a thing as too much encouragement in a world where everything seems to suck so bad, where everybody is basically clawing at one another to like get to the top or get to wherever it is that people are going? Like, there's enough crap in the world. If you love somebody, encourage them when they come home from their day and they're blah and they're word vomiting and tell you how shitty their day is, their crappy their day is. Then allow it to be like, oh my gosh, like, that is totally crappy, what can I do to help? Not, well, here's how you could have fixed it, or wow, that sucks, let me go back to whatever it was that I was doing. Like, listen, validate, appreciate, and encourage. Yeah, you know what? I think you got this tomorrow. I bet you're going to go in there and get it done. Because it shouldn't always, we need that from one another, and it shouldn't always be these big honking things, these milestones, because then what you end up having is a generation of people or a whole group of people who feel like, because I didn't get married, now I need encouragement. I need somebody to tell me that I'm doing okay, because that's what we need. We all need it. So I didn't do this step, though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that step, even though I'm not really into that step, but because that's the only thing that people seem to think is okay. And then we end up with a whole bunch of crappy relationships. We've got people that shouldn't have kids or didn't want to have kids and had kids anyway. Like, you got a whole bunch of that because people are they're eager to hear that it's okay, that they're on the right track. So today, encourage your loved ones. If they are painters, go buy their paintings. If they do really well in one field, ask their opinion. Tell the people around you how much you appreciate them, how much you validate that, or how much you find them to be a valid human being. Their attempts at life are valid, and help them know that what they do on a day-to-day basis is important to you and it adds value. Because I don't care who you are, you need to hear it. And when we stop doing that, we end up with a whole bunch of people who just feel alone and misunderstood and sad. So go love one another, encourage one another, and be happy.